Three, two, one.
Welcome back, everyone, to an episode of Stories from the Unbound Shores. Where we last left off, the crew had made it back to the English village and started a bit of a shopping episode. Having dropped off some of their findings, picking up some things that had been made for them, and requesting alterations to some items they had made, not made, but found on their way back, enabling them to speak more freely with their demonic companion.
Fiendish.
Hey man, she's trying.
She's not a demon, not a devil. She's a fiend.
Indeed.
Our fiendish companion.
There have been some inquiries as to what happened to how the recovery was going of the person they had also dropped off last time they were here, whose name escapes me at the moment.
Eric!
That one.
Prince Eric.
The one who was dying of exhaustion.
Rainbow Dust. That's what I'm gonna call him from now on.
The coffee warlock.
Rainbow
Indeed.
Dust.
And that he is still recovering for a day or two, most likely, but that he had told Nix to tell you the location of the ruins that he was going to be searching, so as to hold up his end of the deal.
Oh,
Yeah,
Eric,
was-
did you... I'm sorry to interrupt, but did you ever invite, Thomas to this campaign?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
I checked it earlier. He's in the player list.
Okay. Wanted to make sure if he wanted to use Tailspire to be here with us that he could. There he is.
Forgot to join.
And I think that... Oh yeah, I was going to say what was believed to be in the ruins. An artifact that Melsari has some familiarity with, called the Glasses of the Arcanum.
Sounds arcane-y.
Indeed. And I think that covers it. So, any idea where you guys would like to start?
I suppose after we've gotten the headbands so that we can dole them out, I don't remember if you told us that would take a long time or not. I remember we figured out how much money it would cost, so...
You had said, I think in inclusion had been end of day.
Okay. So then, if not when we get them, then just after they've begun the work so that we can go back to Melisari and let her know what's going on there.
And you do know that they're going to require attunements, as I believe they did originally before anyways, but just to be clear.
For the telepathic headband, that makes sense.
I still don't see it in my inventory.
It'll show up as a white item.
Circlet of psychic enhancement.
It's the one. It should be directly between your dagger and your morphine coat.
Found it.
Yeah.
Found it. I tuned it.
Fine.
Alright.
Wasn't getting enough use out of that quiver anyway. Hello there. Oh,
It's my
yes.
first attuned item.
Alrighty then.
What?
Oh wait, no, I've got the map, don't I?
Is that attuned?
I believe so.
It is, I think. I honestly don't remember. I don't think I ever made it, so we're gonna go with whatever Melisar believes. She's the one that was holding it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was attuned.
Alright.
Wait, I have a diamond? I don't remember having a diamond. Oh no, yes I do. Kind of.
Oh, I'll just go back to let Melisari know. We have asked Nyx to modify this ring so that we can communicate telepathically, and it should be ready for all of us by the end of the day.
I shall nod and say, thank you for taking care of that. That will be very helpful.
And Lucia, he says, indicating the foot bath. This is how you wish to spend your day?
Well, I would like to see if I can talk. Come on. To see if I can talk to Eric at all. If he is awake and lucid.
He will kind of cast a questioning glance toward Aurelion before turning back to you and say, is there something that we need to learn from him? It's fine if there is, I just did not think to talk to him.
I want to know more about this prophecy of his. Where it came from. Things that he was simply too muddled to find out earlier.
Very well. Seems a good idea. Aurelion, how do you wish to spend your afternoon?
I'm going to just on mouse. Aurelion just kind of like turns and looks around the village a bit and is like, I have no idea. Might just go for a walk to see what there is to see.
Well, someone should stay with the nightmare. Make sure no one gets any ideas.
Alright, fine. I can take care of that, so you two can do as you please.
There's nothing else you wish to be doing today?
I mean, I would like to be there for the questioning of Eric, but you are right. Someone should remain with Nightmare here, at least until we can communicate with her freely. You'll tell me what you learn, so it's not a worry.
Did Nyx give us an approximation of what our range might be on those circlets? Oh shit, that's nice.
About 1,000 feet.
About 1,000 feet, she said.
Melisari will just kind of nod. Pleased.
In the event, we'll sit down and start tugging his boots off after removing the sabatons from his armor. And kind of inspect the water surface a bit before dunking.
We'll prestidigitate it again, just for good measure.
Before dunking his bare feet in. Yeah, I think that I can handle waiting here while you take care of business.
She smirks a little bit, stands up, shakes her feet out. And prestidigitation doesn't have a dry effect, it looks like.
And it's clean, it has heat.
Yeah, okay. Good enough. And I guess... Oh. Do we know if Ira is around? I forgot if we asked that last time.
I don't believe you did.
The question has not come up quite yet, but you are free to make that inquiry.
That would be another worthy pursuit of the day.
Again, I agree. He looks to be enjoying the foot bath. Sort of leaning back on the heels of his hands and kind of eyes closed but face toward the sky.
Melisari continues to look thoughtful and eventually kind of just wanders off. Now I just have to decide which way she's wandering off to. Did Nick say where Eric was recovering?
Wait. He's going to tilt, back forward and fiddle in the pouches on his belt. He's gonna come out with a small object and hold it out toward you, Melisari. He says, "This is for your friend."
She'll take it, looking a little confused.
It is a ring. Is what he was supposed to come back and get after giving me mine, he says, tapping the bracelet around his wrist. For Eskel.
So for Alden then, you mean?
From Alden.
We were giving it to Eric?
What? No.
What
We
do you
needed to
mean?
come back here and get the ring from Alden to give to Eskel. Eskel doesn't have one.
Oh, so you already got it from Alden and you're giving it to me to eventually give to Eskel.
Unless I have remembered something incorrectly, that is correct.
Okay. I just didn't remember any of it. Melisari probably would have nodded and, she's gonna put it in a pocket. And she's just nodding, not like actually saying anything and continuing to look thoughtful. And then off she wanders. Off we pop.
Don't pop.
So, Mix is probably pretty busy, question mark?
Probably. But she would have mentioned where he was at. Let's say over here.
Okay, sounds great. Then I will wander my way over there. This is clearly the superior way of doing things.
Well, it gives me time to make the place a little more fleshed out. And by that, I mean find the thing where I can start fleshing it out once you open the door.
I guess she'll kind of knock lightly before entering.
You'll hear someone you're not familiar with go, yes, who's there?
She'll poke her head in, say, "It's Melisari." Do I recognize the voice as being Eric's, or is it
No, it's
someone?
yeah, someone that seems to have either lended space or is tending to him. Let me pop out a token. No, I want the in between those two. Thank you very much.
Perhaps I should still be on the step. How is Eric doing?
He's doing better than he was. Still needs a fair bit more rest before he's going to be doing much of anything, but
Is he awake?
he is not. You'll see him snoozing on a cot in the corner, which I'm in the process of creating.
Snooze.
Hmm?
Snooze.
Snooze. May I sit with him a moment?
Sit on it. Crush him.
Why?
Asphyxiate him.
There were things that I wanted to find out from him. I would like to...
Invade his mind.
Shut up.
I mean, it's true.
See if I can learn anything from his dreams.
Violate.
Assuming he's having any. It shouldn't interfere with his rest at all.
Consent.
To the best of my knowledge, anyway.
I'll give you an odd look, and after thinking on it for a bit, decides to let you attempt it, but she's keeping an eye on you.
She'll stop like right about there and then kind of turn to the gnome and say, I will be casting a spell for this.
Well, I kind of figured that part.
Yeah. Always like to make sure. And I'm going to cast Detect Thoughts.
Alright. In the slot. I don't see what that ping was.
Ping.
Uh-oh.
I don't know what it was.
It was you.
Yeah, but I was not talking to you.
Yes, but didn't know that till I looked at it. Alrighty. So, how best to read this? Detect thoughts lasts for like a minute, right?
Yeah,
I
that
believe
sounds
so.
right.
Alright. I mean, the two main things you'll get kind of flashing back and forth are one of an angelic being and another of kind of a dark rift, more or less, with creatures pouring out of it that are all kind of just black, shadowy things. Like they're real, like they're like kind of humanoid, but no really distinctive features. Just kind of shadow creatures. Like just how about what's the word? The silhouettes, basically.
Yeah, silhouettes.
Can I see anything else in that one, like landmarks or anything in the background?
I mean, you'll see some mountains to the north and West. Sorry, I was having to take a minute to make sure I was naming the right direction. I have a bad habit of not naming the right one for those.
West?
Stop that. It does not
I
help.
thought you said east.
What kind of countries are you reading that?
Alright.
Fired again.
Alright. Snowcap Mountains, there's some trees and hills and whatnot, so not particularly identifiable.
That doesn't sound very
But-
Elysium-y.
Well, I mean, Elysium does have those features.
Oh. I thought you said towns and stuff.
That's a trees and stuff.
I heard trees, but I thought I also heard towns.
Nope. No towns. Just trees, mountains, hills, and large numbers of silhouettes.
Now the question is, would delving deeper hurt him at all? Shouldn't, in theory. In theory.
In theory.
I don't need to piss off this gnome. I'll do it later with Eric's permission. I'll just kind of nod thoughtfully to myself. Does the celestial being look at all familiar in any way?
Roll religion, I guess?
Okay. $25.
Then I'm gonna go with yes, but I'll have to get back to you on that because I don't really have them fleshed out yet.
You're welcome.
So yes, and you will remember what that is later.
Okay. So for right now, we're saying I recognize it, but I can't quite place it.
Sure. Let's go with that.
Okay, sounds good. That saves us from figuring out how I should be reacting.
You react poorly.
Just kind of furrow my brow, nod to myself a little bit, and then release the spell and say to the gnome, "Thank you. I will be going. I'll hopefully come back to check in on him again." About how far away was the whatchamajigger? The ruins?
A little over a day.
In perhaps a couple days. Hopefully he'll be a little better off by then. And I'll glance back at him one more time before starting to make toward the door.
Take care. I'll let him know if he wakes up.
Thank you. And I will close the door quietly behind me. Oh, wait, no, sorry, I'm peeking my head back in and say, actually, are you aware of the elemental Jinn? If the Jinn, right?
Yep.
If the Jinn Ira is, in town today. Or nearby, I
Don't
suppose.
believe she is.
Well, always worth a shot. Thank you for your time. Well,
Slam the door
I
in your
guess I'm
face.
gonna wander. No, I slammed the door in my face.
You know who else is wandering?
Aurelion. I am
Speaking of which,
so...
so Arlen, you said you wanted to like just go on a walk and see what was around.
Yeah.
Are you looking for anything in particular?
No, I want to know what is in this village. Because I don't really know.
Well,
This over here.
That was where we had Alden, I believe.
that is his residence and workshop.
Yeah.
And this is, well, now Nyx's house did belong to the previous leader of the village. Let's go with is some form of tavern. There's kind of like a place for people in the village to gather, drink, eat, be social.
Hmm. Not, wrong button? Oh, wrong button. Can I hear people inside?
It's kind of early in the day, so I'm gonna go with no.
The tavern would serve food as well, so.
Correct.
Take all the buildings now, Derek. Populate them with stuff.
All of them.
Hate all of you.
Poor Derek.
What is this
What is what?
that I'm doing now? What?
I don't know.
You just hold down left mouse and you drag. It's just like painting an area? What is that?
Oh,
That's
that's how you select multiple tokens at once.
Ah.
None of us can see what you're doing like that. It's just a selection marquee, and except that it's not a square marquee. It's a draw marquee.
Ah.
It's the exact same selection marquee they use in AutoCAD, actually. With the exception that if you go left in AutoCAD, it would be select anything I touch, and if you go right in AutoCAD, it's select only things that are completely encompassed by it.
So. Yeah, I'm just going to continue my. Nope. Nope.
I went and decorate it now.
Ah?
So I'm going to decorate it now.
Decor! Cottagecore.
If I suppose it does make sense since it does serve food. It probably does make sense for there to be somebody inside, but it will be mostly empty. Are you aware that you can request to open doors?
Yeah. Alright, on those.
Got you covered, buddy.
No, close those doors.
Close the doors, Jesus.
So you can't move through. There we are. Perfect.
You up on the roof now?
Cool. Hold on, got to.
Oh my god.
Right. Yes. How? Well, that's not removing the walls. Like I can't see what
A green slider at the right side of the screen. Drag it like basically to the bottom until you see a green
No, I see the green.
layer cutting through the building, and it should remove the roof. Once it does that, then you want to click the gray lock next to the green slider, and that will turn green.
You also have to be zoomed in enough for it to actually. Yeah,
Why does it not remove the thing above the door?
because it's slightly lower than everything else.
Alright, hold on, let's see.
I just lowered the green slider until everything was gone.
There it is. I see.
Alternatively, there's a button called Toggle Cut Box, which is next to the ruler and below the sliders that will just kind of remove walls from your line of sight.
Yeah, that seems to be removing the floor as well.
That depends on how low you have your zoom set, but yeah, all right.
Right. Okay. No, that's fine. Okay.
Oh, there. Is there something I can do for you?
Do you for
The hell was that? Oh. Oh, do I know how long we're planning on staying in town?
I don't think we've discussed yet.
It's not really been discussed, but you know that people seem to be waiting for the circlets, which will be done around the end of the day.
I assume we'll at least take our long rest here.
We just arrived a little while ago, didn't we, as well?
That is correct.
Okay, hold on. Let me see. Inventory. Yeah, I am going to sit up here at the bar, and I'm ordering some food.
All right.
And a drink.
Good choice.
All right. Do you have any gold on you?
Yep.
All right. Take one of those and remove it from your sheet. they'll give you a number of, offer you a number of things, but some of the normal stuff, bread, deer, probably some form of like oatmeal. Some well-cooked gavrillon.
Huron.
Gavrillon, yeah. And some other more local delicacies.
Early on isn't picky. He's gonna eat.
Alrighty. Then you get the basic bread. Alright. Anything you want to attempt to be doing? Rolling.
Oh, Rowan is holding down the fort with the nightmare because the others wanted to do their thing, so he's letting them do that. He's
Alright,
just
just
having
making
a
sure.
nice little relax.
Just making sure.
After invading Eric's dreams, I'm doing a lap around the village. I just wanted to see if Ira was hanging out outside anywhere, just in case.
You do a lap around, and you don't spot her anywhere.
Do I spot other people?
And there are other gnomes and things. There'd be a decent number near the mine entrance at the back of the village.
I'm mostly ignoring them. I don't know why I'm bother asking, but
Yeah,
unless they like react to me walking by at all.
I think they might like wave or something. It's a friendly community.
Yeah. And Melisari will like kind of also wave back. She's kind of looking lost in thoughts, fingering something in her pocket.
Whoa.
Phrasing.
You know, it's legit phrasing, okay? Until eventually she makes her way back here, without any other particular thoughts in mind. Sticks her feet in the pool again, after prestidigitating it once more.
Well, your friend's back now. Roland.
She'll sit down and say, well, and how are the two of you doing? Or
Oh.
getting along, I think would be how I put it.
Miss Melisari. Yes. We are getting along fine, I think. Would you not say, Nightmare? Oh, you cannot. Well, don't
Melisari
worry.
raises an eyebrow.
Soon enough. Tonight. He looks around as though sun's still out. I suppose not quite yet. Where is Aurelian?
How would I know?
I thought perhaps that he would have run into you on his walkabout.
No, I did not see him either.
Did you get the information that you wanted from Eric?
Unfortunately not. He was resting. I tried to see if I could get any information from whatever he might have been dreaming about, but it's really just more of what he told us.
See one of his bushy white eyebrows rise. You investigated his dreams?
She kind of looks up at your tone and says, nah, she just nods. I don't make a habit of it, if that's what you're asking.
He kind of like, you see him like close his eyes and shrugs his shoulders while he says, "This would not be my favorite way to find out that you had been doing that to me."
I have not.
"And his dreams," he says, completely changing tack, "did not tell you anything useful?"
No. Nothing new.
"Confirm anything old?"
Know that more than it had already been confirmed.
"Very well. Did they give you an idea? I'm sure they have a healer here. If he would be able to talk to us before we need to leave."
I didn't really ask specifically, but I will check in on him again tomorrow, and I assume anyway that we intend to spend the night since we'll be here till night.
"Oh, what we are on about is not urgent. I suppose that makes sense. Is what we are on not urgent?"
Without Al here, was there any sense of urgency?
He's just gonna sort of like tip his head silently toward Nightmare.
Oh, well, yeah, okay. But I mean, that's something that'll happen.
Very well.
But that's kind of all. That was just me asking out of character if we had a specific other purpose
Mm,
in hustle.
the only other urgencies would be just what you're feeling as a character. Like, there's nothing kind of imposed from the outside, but for you in particular, it was the next thing is kind of dealing with the riddle that you've had for a while, and possibly going and retrieving that artifact you were told about.
It would also
What? Something for a while?
riddle.
Ah, right. Yeah, the riddle, the item, and the nightmare are kind of our objectives at this point, yeah.
Scratching his chin, Roland would say, "I would also like to propose we make some haste in getting that ring to your friend Eskel. I'm certain that it would make whatever it is he's doing a lot easier and safer."
Melisari had also been, she'd been continuing to fiddle with something in her pocket the whole time she's been sitting here.
I think as he's making that statement, he's kind of like watching your concealed hand.
Yeah, she abruptly stops.
Can discuss which order these priorities exist once we locate Aurelian, perhaps?
She'll nod slowly and take her hand out of her pocket.
He's got like this very genuine, very like not a strong or strange one, just a light curl to the lips, like a knowing smile.
Yeah, she's not looking at you.
Well, he's making it at the side of your head then. You can feel it off screen.
She probably can. I mean,
you're not actively not making eye contact. Don't look. Don't look. You know exactly what he's doing. Well, let us perhaps find our friend Aurelian. Maybe he's found something interesting for us as well.
Good luck with that.
No, sorry, we'll stretch. You know, it would make sense that we might be getting hungry too, no?
It does.
Well, anyway. Malzar's gonna yawn and stretch. Did you notice which way he went?
Well, at first he went that way, he says, pointing to the east. And then I remember I heard his footsteps. I was not looking though, but he is... got a particular gait. And I remember he came back by to the west some time ago. So I did not hear him pass by a third time. So, perhaps it's the west.
Sounds logical.
I do not think I mistook him for one of the other gnomes in the village. He's an elf, and...
Has anyone, like, been wandering by us sitting here with a nightmare at any point during all this?
No. They have taken the wide berth approach. Just gonna let that thing do its thing over there, away from me.
But this hot tub is so
Okay.
nice.
Well, as long as they're avoiding her. Anyway, Melisari will kind of get up out of the pool again, shake off her feet again, and then ask the Nightmare, will you be joining us as we look, or will you stay here?
He looks at you, and it doesn't move anymore, and then lays, settles back down.
I'll nod, and then turn to Roland, shall we?
Yeah.
No one is bothering our friend.
He's pulled his feet up out of the water and is just, stretching his hamstrings out over the surface before, scooting his butt to the side and begins pulling his boots on and strapping the sabatons over them. Yes, give me just a moment. Where he creaks to his feet.
Now Melisari is smirking ever so slightly.
I mean, it's the armor creaking. He's only 500, it's fine.
Old man.
Given
She didn't say it.
Given that I am 500 years old, I believe I am a senior citizen.
I do enjoy when he plays the senior citizen card.
Alright, let us
How
go.
long do elves live?
About 700
700.
years.
Okay. So you're getting up there,
Yes.
old man.
Younger
None of
than
which I'd say
Nerevar,
in character.
so...
Younger than Nerevar now.
Yeah. Gonna call Cal an old man?
Yep.
Wow.
You fucking know if Kierna was alive as long as them, she would absolutely call both of them old man on the regular.
Alright, we'll start going this way. He's just peeking in windows.
So how much exactly did you
Occasional screams.
get to drink?
Pint.
Just a pint? Alright. Professor Gauntlet had some fun and just passed out on the table in there.
I was gonna crack a joke, but I realize I keep imagining him as Jebel and therefore a gnome, and he's not. He is an elf.
Taller.
But the question is, do I spot him while peeking? We're just walking along, and he's just sort of leaning over, looking in the window. As they pass the next window, he looks in there as well, and he's planning to just keep passing the houses, and then, like a kid in the grocery store looking
Roll me
for...
some perception.
I'm also gonna be. I'm not gonna be looking in, but just kind of peering in. I'll still roll perception. Oh, I don't see him.
Well, I did better than my passive. Which means I got An 18.
Alright. You spot him, and Melsar, you don't spot him necessarily, but you do smell some smells like tasty food, and have a desire to go in that building regardless.
So I just imagine he's just like, ambling past the window, kind of looks in, continues on his way, stops, comes back to the window, looks in and says, "Ah, I think I have found him."
Melisari had kind of paused by the door, I think.
I was going to suggest we remember here to come back to once we find him, but he pushes the door open and
Quite
points at the
convenient.
bar.
Quite convenient.
Aurelian?
Aurelian turns. Up.
It seems you
You
found
too.
sustenance.
I turn, look back down at the whatever it is I'm eating. And go, oh yeah. I was peckish. Then I gesture to the seats next to me. I'm like,
So, a wizard, a barbarian, and a cleric walk into a bar.
Oh, that wasn't the punchline?
I don't have a punchline, so it might as well be.
barbarian delivers the punchline.
Ha! Alright, that was a better one.
I will have whatever he is having here. Smells good.
What does he have?
Since he said he didn't want to be picky, he got stuck with oatmeal.
Oatmeal.
Very much. There are other options, of course.
That was boring. What are the other options?
I mean, there's still similar boring options, deer and regular meats. Some plant options as well, bread, vegetables, whatnot. Also some year-long steaks. What else?
Yeah, what? I'm curious. I'll try the Girlon.
All right. And are you happy with the oatmeal, Roland?
I mean, it. I don't know what more he would expect. I figure him for somebody who's used to, like, whatever he's been surviving on in the woods, so somebody else providing him food is already very fancy.
Fair enough. All right, that'll be no, gold piece from each of you.
I'm sorry, what?
A gold piece for an oatmeal bowl?
That's why I charged around out.
It
It's
is.
a very large bowl. It's a very large bowl.
It's
with,
like so
drinks.
overpriced. That's like 500 bowls of oatmeal right there. Anyway, I don't think that, I don't know. Actually, he might. I'm trying to decide if Roland would deal with, society enough to really have an idea of their exchange rates for things. I mean, it says that I'm holding on to... Oh, really? That's the right character sheet. Alright, then. It's a lot of money.
That's probably what's yeah, because I got the payday.
My
that he
sheet
couldn't quite
currently
fulfill.
says 5,445 gold pieces. And then another 515 platinum pieces.
Jesus Christ.
You guys been
Is
making
that
more money
like-
than I remembered.
I mean,
I only have 75 platinum and 315 gold.
well, so that stuff that we dragged back, all the swords and armor and stuff, the gems and everything that we could take from our exploits coming back here, that netted us a lot of money because of the magic on the gems, and then we spent a ton of that money, and that's what I don't know, is if this reflects having spent a ton of it or not.
Probably not. We had 19,000 gold, I think, at first.
Christian, you're a jerk.
Yeah.
I'm a jerk?
You know what you did.
What did I did?
Sent me a ping just to annoy me.
Oh, yeah, that. No, I totally forgot about that. Right. So, I think they gave us 10,000 gold, and then it was 9,200 gold that, we have in credit with Olden. Yeah. So, like, he still owes us 9,210 gold.
And I know that I know a fair chunk of that was spent on the circlets, like of what the still owed part was.
I mean, I feel like that's true, but I'd have to go back to the recording to know exactly how it mathed out, because my note on it only says that he still owes us.
Yeah. I'm scrolling back up to see if we ended up writing down the bill. We did write down how much was still owed, but not what it was what all got spent. So
Hang on. So what I have notes-wise was that we had 19,210.
Yep.
10,000 of which we got in coin.
Yep.
And 9210 would be crafted items, services rendered, or whatever.
Right. It would be figured out at a later date. And I do have that portion that we got in coin reflected here, because that's why I have 515 platinum and 5,000 gold, because that was the 10,000 he gave us, plus I guess whatever I had on me, converted into partial platinum, partial gold.
How many circlets do we have? 4?
It'd be
4. Which I believe it was 2,000 a circlet, which I think was 8,000 total.
1,900 a circlet, total of 7,600.
Right, and that could come out of what he owed us, which means that I still have all this money.
Yes, this is a true story.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, look, I even did the math. It's 1,610 remaining.
Yeah, okay. I'll make a note of that on my sheet as well, so we know what he still owes us.
None of this Malasari is aware of, by the way.
No, but I appreciate that you wrote it down.
As do I. Because clearly I can't do my job.
1610, you said?
Yeah, 1,610 remaining in terms of the services rendered.
Yeah. Okay. Alright, so yeah, I'm sitting on a literal avalanche of coin, and we'd already received the bags of holding, which is why... Right? The bag of holding? Bags? Bag
Singular.
Bag singular of holding. And so that's where the coin is. Unless somebody really wants it, he probably just stuck the coin in there and kept it on his belt. Does somebody really want it?
The bag of holding?
Yeah.
I'd be interested to look at it.
Look at it. I just meant, like, who's burdened with carrying it and knowing what's inside it.
I'm happy with not carrying it. I can still keep track of what's inside it, but I'm happy not carrying it.
Okay. He's happy carrying it. Aurelion?
Yep.
Do you want to be the one holding the bag of holding, or do you care if Roland is the one holding the bag of holding?
I don't care if Roland has it.
Okay.
Roland.
Anyway,
If 2 characters with similar names, that is.
Roland.
what, Roland and Aurelion?
No, Roland and Rowan.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
I will point
that's
out
my
that
fault.
both of those names were generated by the same person.
Yeah, like I said, my fault. Oh,
You just
Well,
took
I was-
Rowan and stuck an L in the middle.
No, I was just trying to come up with names, and so I went to the list of elven names. That was on there.
Oh my goodness.
Nice.
Anyway.
That still doesn't beat Vindar and Vandar.
That I had no idea that was gonna
Exalia and
happen.
Backwithin.
Yeah, well, they did that on purpose because they're assholes. But yeah, no, I created Vandar fucking a decade ago. I was dead set on having him remain the NPC of note in that. Yeah. Anyway, so, I guess he's just gonna whip out 2 gold coins and put them on the counter because, what the hell does that even mean against 5,445 of them? Hold on, let me remove 2.
Wait, why 2? Are you
One
paying
for me, one for you.
I already have one out.
Okay, fine. I'm just removing 1 then. I don't care.
Melisari probably would recognize that that's kind of a lot of gold, but not particularly care
I mean,
for multiple reasons.
it's in the bag of holding, so he told you what they made. So, yes, you
No,
do
I know.
know.
I meant in terms of the cost.
Oh, she's not going to point it
For
out?
you,
Okay,
no.
because he has
No.
no reason to really... He doesn't have much reason to know, even if he's a little bit suspicious, but he has even less reason to care, given that he was just handed more money than he can imagine. I now remember that in the last session, when he was handed it, he then suggested that they go just buy a kingdom or something, because they now have all the money in the world.
I wasn't there for that, but I probably would have laughed at him.
He said it to Aurelion. In very Eskel style, he said, well, how much more money could there be out there? Look at this! Anyway, so, you will each put down a coin. I'm not getting it.
Indeed. And we pass a happy little meal in silence.
Is it?
So it would seem.
I think he's gonna be looking over at your food, like, I mean, the the porridge is fine, but, like, damn, I should have gotten that. I think after he finishes the oatmeal, he's just gonna be like, gonna put another gold piece on the table and be like, I'd like to try what she was having now.
She kind of like half turns toward him, an eyebrow raised.
He just looks back over at you, like, kind of blank expression, and says, I mean, it looks better than what I just had.
She snorts quietly.
Keep the gold this time. It was a tad much for what you ordered.
He'll just, like, slide the gold piece back toward himself and then off the table and into the bag and say, very well. Just...
Where you hear a very distinctive clink of one piece of metal hitting a shit ton of other metal.
Nope, if he... just kind of floats, because that's how back holding do.
Aww. See, I pictured them as like... I don't know how to put it, but yeah, no, I guess that makes more sense.
They kind of have to float since you get things out of it by
Yeah.
naming it and it come to the surface.
Gold piece. I would like to have the gold piece in my hand. Ah, there it is.
So after a bit, you'll get a Eurolon steak, which is a fairly tough but quite good.
Alright, now I feel better.
Melisari eats very refined. In case anyone was curious.
I was kind of hoping it'd be like the complete opposite. Just
She just
the
goes
one that
feral
just
on her
I mean-
food.
completely shatters the image.
I mean, she probably eats with much less care on the road when she's just eating travel rations. But she's got a fork and knife in front of her.
I didn't say that. I'm kidding.
If there's not a fork and knife in front of her, she's going to ask for a fork and knife.
You have a fork and knife. It's just pulling your leg.
You know, maybe that's something I should specifically have in my inventory just for funsies.
A lot of people do.
I mean, it's part of the mess kit, I believe.
Oh, wait, where's the mess kit? Do I not? I should have a mess kit.
You unrefined monster.
You know what?
What?
Shut up.
Okay.
You gonna steal silverware? Is that what's happening now?
I mean, I could.
Well,
No, I
you
probably
definitely
couldn't.
paid
I
for
have
it.
terrible decks.
They got 3 gold pieces out of us at this point. Take the flatware.
Oh my god, no. I'm not gonna take the damn flatware.
Steve.
I'm too refined for that. No, I'm not. That's a lie. That's actually totally something she would do. You overcharged me? Well, I'm just gonna take the silverware with me then. But anyway.
Like the entire stool is gone. One leg kind of poking out the bag you're holding.
What?
What do you do with the bag of holding?
Saying that you can just shove one of the stools in there before you leave.
The clink you heard was just me taking my coin back. It definitely wasn't me scooping the flatware into the bag of holding. I don't know what you're talking about. Taking a stool with us does sound like a good idea. Imagine just being able to plunk out a stool, not have to sit on the ground.
We're not thieves.
There.
Besides.
Actually, I mean, speak for yourself. You take what you can get when you are surviving against the might of Loth.
I don't consider that thievery at that point.
It is survival.
Yes.
There's one less bench in this room.
Oh my god.
It's going to...
Could be worse. Could be one less room around this bench.
there. Stool is gone.
Should you maybe make a sleight of hand check?
Totally.
No,
Or are you, like,
this happened.
Auguring? So Melisari says we're not thieves as Roland puts a stool in the bag.
Didn't even need to put a stool in the bag. You can just put the bag over the stool
Shoomp.
and then just let it fall to the ground.
You now have
That's
one
such a
wooden
sneaky
bar
way of
stool.
doing it. I love it. You just like go to put the bag on the stool like you're just setting your stuff down for a second, and then you just go like, ah, my bag fell on the ground. You just pick it up and walk out with it. Now you've got the stool.
You know, Kitty
like
tried to do something like that once.
You did.
She didn't entirely get away with it.
She did not. It was great.
That was a solo session.
Wasn't it a book though?
Or at least I'm thinking of a solo session, and yeah, it was a book.
So,
it's
well, whether or not it was a
else
solo
similar.
session, I know about it. I remember. You told me.
Probably. I haven't written it yet, I should do that. But anyway, we're getting sidetracked.
We are.
Well, once I finish eating the Giralon, I'm gonna stand, stretch, and say, well,
Phrasing.
I hate you. No, wait. I guess we needed to discuss our next steps, didn't we?
Oh, yes, that would be a good idea since we are all here.
She stood, she stretched, and she sat back down.
Aurelian, we have determined that we know of 4 things that we wish to be doing in the next little while. Our time on the road. So we wanted to discuss with you what order they should happen in.
Okay.
So, I received the ring of daylight resistance for your old friend Eskel, and I think it should be delivered to him quickly, as he is in a dangerous situation and could probably benefit from it. He's going to hand the floor over to Belisari.
We do still also have our quest to restore the nightmare, and to that end we have 2 different legends, I suppose you could call them, to pursue. The first, less likely to yield results in that end, but give us a powerful magic item from ruins to the south, right?
No, I think it's... No, because if it was from the south, you guys would have gone here gone there directly on your way to the fortress. So I believe it was a bit to the west.
Okay, west. The second being the riddle of the... How should I put it?
The tower lost in the desert.
Yeah, that. Which is likely to be much more difficult, but yield more results. I think the ruin is likely the closest, although we could check with Eskel just in case he is up this way somehow. And then beyond that, I do think I would like to stay somewhat local in hopes of being able to actually talk to Eric further when he recovers, but I don't know how well that would work out.
This prophecy that you're worried about with Eric, do you think it will greatly affect us, or that we should become involved in it very badly?
If it's true, it could affect us all. If it's not, there is likely something else at play, which is still a concern.
Given that we are in the area and all of our other potential goals take us away from here, and if it is so dire as you say, it would not be a bad idea to delay a little to get that answer before we depart.
We'll have to check with the healer, see if they have a time estimate.
So, Aurelian, of the other options, did you have a favorite?
I mean, they have been giving you time estimates. They said about 2 days or so.
Did they? I don't remember that.
They did.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, I would have relayed that to Roland earlier. When he asked.
If Roland asks that, I will turn to the... you said Eskel's in danger?
We have no reason to think he's currently in danger, although he is at war.
I was going to say we
have
have
every
no
reason to
reason
think
to
he's-
think that he's currently not in danger. He's in war.
Well, that's a kind of important one, I suppose. I mean, if you're concerned about getting back here in time, I suppose that would be very close number 2.
What was I gonna say? Oh, I was looking something up. Well, wherever we do go, we know of a permanent teleportation circle. Did we... Shit, now that I'm thinking about it, did we, fix that teleportation circle to make sure it wouldn't kill us if we tried to step through again?
Yes.
Okay, good. We do know of a permanent teleportation circle in the area that would let us come back here relatively quickly. Although it is still several days from here once we get there.
Okay. That would save us a great deal of time. And allow us to do other things in this space between now and when we think we'd be able to Eric. I'd be in favor of using the teleportation circle. Only I am now remembering that teleportation circle, well, closer than any of these other locations to here, is still 3 days walk if we do not have the wind walk from Ira.
Yes. That was what I said.
Sorry. I was looking for something on the internet.
Yes, you do.
I believe we said that the ruins was only about a day away, though, right? So,
Yep.
Day there, find the item, day back.
That would be reasonable, yeah.
See what it's all about. I guess I'll ask the barkeep. Have you heard any rumors about places of interest in the area? Not that they get tons of travelers here, but you know.
That's pretty much what his answer is going to be.
Yeah.
We don't get many visitors.
She'll nod and say, yeah, I thought that might be the answer.
The walls and the golems and the deep in this wonderful countryside seem to be good deterrents.
Only one of those was intended. Things didn't used to be so bad around here.
Well, hopefully with the Death Knight defeated, it will be somewhat less bad than it has been, but we still have that source to the west, right?
Yes, there is that too, isn't there?
Should that go on our list of investigations?
Melisari kind of sighs and rubs her brow.
I read that as if we have to.
You're not totally wrong.
It is becoming a rather long list, isn't it?
Indeed.
Well, until Eric wakes up and we can cross that one off, then we shall do the ruins one, right? That should not involve undead. Give ourselves a little break.
Shouldn't.
Shouldn't. Shouldn't, because if I say it does not, then it
Really?
entirely will.
Of course.
He's learning!
Also, this area's not overrun, but suffused, infested. Our cup runneth over with the undead.
That's why I was surprised to hear you think we might not have to.
I am being hopeful.
I sort of just assume.
I must make this one sound more appealing than it actually is, so that we have some excitement to do it.
Excitement, indeed. Although you get the sense that she's acting more weary than she really is, I suppose. How did I want to put that?
I don't know, how did you want to put that?
You get the sense that she's not... God, I don't fucking know. How do I want to put it? She's acting more... There's a word.
I would love to help you, but you have said little enough that I have no idea what
I
you're trying.
know! Okay, I'm sitting here kind of like grumbling about and not looking excited and whatever, but she is interested. She's somewhat putting on airs.
Apprehensive,
No, I'm just gonna leave it there. It's fine.
Okay.
I think I've indicated enough. Reticent? That doesn't feel like the right word.
Close to apprehensive.
Not revealing one's thoughts or feelings readily. I mean, that's sort of just her.
Yeah. Then, I think this is a worthy course of action. We can be back here in time to speak with Eric and then bring up this question of what next at that point, as we will have been able to check off 2 things from your list.
She nods. What's your passive perception again?
It is a 17.
Okay.
What about Aurelion?
I believe his is 9.
Aurelion's dead.
You might be proficient.
Why did Aurelion have to die?
His passive perception is 13, because yes, he's proficient.
Why do the good die young?
Only the good die young. Only the good die young. Okay, I'm done.
Are you?
I am. Unless
Lies.
Melisari gets drunk. But she's not. Unless she gets an alcohol significantly stronger than she's expecting it to be.
Roll me a d20, will ya?
What?
Yeah, I was making a joke that was going to happen.
I forgot I'm still exhausted. At any rate, is there anything else we need to do for the evening? Oh, where will we stay tonight? I kind of glance around. There's no rooms in here for like sleeping arrangements?
I think that they probably are not expecting visitors and are
Yeah,
not
I
prepared
figured.
of them. But we might be able to entice
Ask
them with money.
I could roll out some cards.
How much?
That was, uh, 2 gold pieces for the 3 of you.
Okay. There we go. I just got access to my sheet back.
Nice.
It keeps going away randomly.
You get the API code too.
The 504 one? Yeah.
I get the one where the is the beholder on screen.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got it once, but I've mostly continued to have access.
Maybe they're getting DDoSed, and this is their protection against it.
A beholder? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that would work.
I just meant that if they're blocking APIs, then it's probably a defense against a DDoS attack.
I know, I'm just full of bad jokes today.
Jeez. Okay. I
I have the
hand,
app. The app's a good backup.
I hand over the 2 gold.
Well, now that that's taken care of, we still have a good bit of day to pass.
I propose an investigation into where the food at this establishment is prepared.
Fuck, I made this place in a hurry, okay?
What?
This room only contains a bar
Oh, I see.
and
alcohol.
tables. There is nowhere to prepare food.
What you doing over there?
Looking pensively out the window so that people think that I am full of depths that I do not possess.
Very forthcoming.
Look, I made beds.
Sure you did.
Ah!
Roland disappeared! Oh no!
Why is he
He's
on
in
the roof?
No, he's not on the roof. He's in the roof.
He is the roof.
That was not supposed to happen. Look how comfy he looks. All you other people who want to lay down can just be jealous.
Well, after we eat, and we've decided what we're doing, and we've secured lodgings for the evening, I guess I'm gonna go wander back out to the nightmare.
Nightmare has a name. It's a nightmare.
Mm-hmm.
Nightmare.
I'm going to go rejoin her. Maybe I saved a little bit of Giralon for her. Which I hold up.
She
Snack.
Just gives it a quick sniff, then takes it.
Toasty.
It's okay. They're only first-degree burns on your hands.
Yeah, but that's like worth it, right?
I mean, she probably would have tossed it, honestly. Too hot, too hot!
Indeed.
And then continue resting, because what else is there to do?
Hey, there's other things you can do.
I mean, I guess I could find someone who, like, knows what Ira's up to if it would be too, disruptive to call her for a lesson. Like, does she, when I don't know if I would actually know this in character, but when I call her, does she hear, like, the words that I'm saying, or is it just a general summon and poof?
You're not certain, but from the phrasing used in the past, general summon and proof would be your guess.
Oh, I'm just gonna keep enjoying the hot tub.
So then, are people going to skip to the next day then?
I mean, if it's still early enough today, why aren't we beginning the journey off to this ruin?
Good.
Even if it pushes the retrieving of the rings to later. Or we can wait till the evening and then head out. I mean, we usually sleep from, whatever, 11 until
Well,
3.
there are two things. For one, it would be nice to not have to cast Detect Thoughts ever again for this purpose. And for two, I still have a level of exhaustion. So Mel doesn't particularly want to go anywhere until she's taken care of that issue. Like, she won't fight it hard if someone were to press on the matter, but she's not looking to run out right now. And actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm wondering if the gnomes might have any books of interest.
One way to know.
Do they have a library?
I'm sorry, did you just say one way to gnome?
The ones who can catch the pun.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
I missed it.
I'll ignore that one.
Anyway,
Like I said, full of bad jokes today.
I was listening to a podcast where they were talking about. Did you watch Morbius?
No.
I did not.
So, one of the parts of Morbius is that he performs this experiment because the whole thing with Morbius is he has like this rare blood condition that has rendered him like an invalid. Like he's on crutches and he's weak. Himself and his friend have the same disease. So he decides he's going to perform an experiment by mixing bat DNA with human DNA to see if they can fix this blood disorder. But he's going to perform it in international waters because, oh yeah, you can get away with all sorts of stuff in international waters. As it turns out, you can't.
No.
But that's So one of the hosts of the podcast, it's a podcast about where they watch bad movies and then discuss them afterwards, was saying like of how he went into this whole thing about like maritime law. And one of the other hosts is like, yeah, there's like this big thing like about maritime law and all these. They're just laws about like how long it can take to marry someone.
Oh my god.
Oh, right then.
Terrible.
They said that joke
Not
in.
that bad.
It was a live episode. They were in front of an audience, and he was saying like, "Wow, half the people liked that joke and half hated it."
Yeah. Which half are you? Alright, well, if we want to not deal with the casting of Detect Thoughts ever again, then we have to at least wait for tonight for that.
Yes.
Go on.
For the item to be done.
Yes. This is accurate.
But then we could potentially start. Is exhausted.
I mean, I suppose we could. I'm out with the nightmare again at this point. Having tossed her a bit of Giralon.
Ooh.
Shoop! Although it does occur to me. Okay, hang on. Where did we get the books and stuff last time? When we were looking for information about the golems. Did we just get it from that guy's workshop?
Well, I imagine there would probably be a library or something of some kind. Because you got those back when this place was on Roll20, not in Tailspire.
Yeah.
And thus had more buildings and was a bit more, theater of the mind.
Well, if there's a library, I'm probably going to go to the library then.
Right?
I'm not really sure what I'm looking for.
Not sure what you're looking for either, so one of us is going to have to figure it out. And I vote deal.
Yeah. I guess I'm looking for things about... Or I suppose what I should say is things that would catch my eye. Because I don't know that I really am looking for anything in particular. I'm not expecting to find anything for my particular aims. Would be things about... nightmares. Things about... legends and towers and stuff. Possibly things about undead. And things about Tiamat.
Okay? Legends and towers and stuff, undead, Tiamat, nightmares.
Yeah.
That's it. Alright.
In
You
no
don't find
particular-
anything on nightmares. They just don't got it.
I mean, again, I'm not like, I'm just kind of glancing along at titles and things like that.
Legends and towers and stuff. You'll probably find some fairy tales.
Hey man, there can be good truths in fairy tales.
Not saying there's not. Just,
I'll pull it
telling
off.
you what you find. And you'd find a number of study type things on undead.
I will pull one or two of those off and the fairy tales and sit down and read.
Alright.
And I don't really care if they actually yield anything interesting, by the way. So don't
Alright.
feel a strong need. If there's something that, like, you think you would want to impart to us and would fit, then by all means, but...
Is there a particular undead that you want to know more? You know what? Just over the next few sessions, when you're fighting undead, because that's going to happen, of course, because that's how this game works.
Of course.
If you want to just know something or like have a bonus to the roll or whatnot, tell me and I'll go about doing that if you're going through the studies.
Sounds good. Or maybe just like a general bonus to like religion checks or some shit like that.
Well,
Anyway,
yeah.
regardless, we can figure that out. I will put that in my notes.
Alright, is anyone else doing anything to kill time until the circlets are ready?
That Roland would want to be making his own rounds of the town, purposefully, like, being seen by as many of the gnomes as possible. If it seems like one is available or unbusy at the moment, he would try to strike up conversation. He's very much just like trying to get his presence known and understood to be non-threatening.
Build goodwill.
Yeah, exactly.
Alright.
Like, what's his name? Oh, what's his name?
I don't know. What is his name?
Patrice O'Neill. He was a comedian. One of his bits was because he was black. He said he was a big black guy, and one of his things was he was very aware that his how he looked. People immediately had like formed opinions about him.
Mm-hmm.
So he would be in like a shop, and whenever he'd buy anything, he'd ask for a receipt, so he could prove where he was at the time. He said, "Buying a pack of gum, receipt," and he would be loud asking for the receipt, so that there'd be witnesses who could say like, "Oh yeah, I remember that guy. He was buying the gum and he was really loud about it." So he was saying that he's just very paranoid about like people trying to pin crimes on him, stuff like that. So yeah.
This is less for that reason, but that's good to know that, there's a lot of people who live in fear very reasonably, and that sucks. I feel bad for Patrice O'Neill.
Well, yeah, he's dead, so
Well, I feel bad for him when he was alive. Hopefully he died of old age.
complications arising to type 2 diabetes.
Okay.
He was fairly young.
Oof.
Well, there's lesson number 2.
You should check him out. He was very funny.
The name sounds familiar.
He was friends with like, I think Bill Burr and those.
Anyway. Yeah. Roland is trying to, make sure that, that he is out and about among the gnomes here so that they can get used to that.
You know what occurs to me? We maybe should have considered including the nightmare in our plannings. Too late now.
How'd you mean?
What?
Oh, you mean just in the conversation?
Yeah.
That would have been... You're not wrong for personhood and agency, but also, like, it would have been such a chore.
Yeah. Because that definitely took longer than a minute.
Yeah.
And we've really taken enough liberties with that spell.
Look, we can... Once we get the fucking circlets in a couple hours,
God.
just catch her up.
Alright, well, you'll find that, most people are not as standoffish as you'd expect from most places, as they've dealt with Eskel some.
Mm-hmm.
But it certainly doesn't hurt to kind of introduce yourself and whatnot. Oh. So, I mean, I imagine it'll pretty much just be kind of idle small talk.
Yep.
Unless there's something particular you're trying to pursue.
Nope. Just want to be not seen as a threat here.
Alright. Then you will have achieved that. And Aurelia, anything that you want to do while waiting for things to get done?
Can't think of anything. Um. No, I can't think of anything though.
Then I shall move us to the evening.
This circlet of psychic enhancement, is that what we're getting?
Yep.
A one-hit die minus your intelligence modifier?
Yep.
Ah, that sucks for me because my intelligence modifier is already negative, so that's plus.
I mean,
Well, perhaps
just
you'll
don't jump.
perhaps you'll be able to lessen those effects over time.
By getting smarter.
Well, that would certainly be one way to go about it. But so evening comes, and you guys will get the circlets, which I've added to your sheets.
I mean, you could also have one of us cast jump on you. Like perhaps the person with 4 intelligence mod.
Eh.
When we attune something, do we know all of its properties?
Yes.
Apart
Yes.
from curse.
No. That was... I have misstated that in the past. Attuning it,
Ah.
I tend... You let the player know about the curse, but I will just make the caveat that some cursed items will just state part of the curse is that you don't know it's cursed. And so you tell the player, it's cursed, here's what the curse does. Your character doesn't know that it's cursed. It is the identify spell that will not identify curses.
Really?
Yes. Curses are hidden from identify.
I always feel like 5th edition has kind of neutered curses.
It depends on how the curse is written, honestly, and that's always how it's been. As far as I know, like, attunement wasn't a thing in 3.5. Attunement was a thing that functioned differently in 4th edition, so... I don't know. It's just
It's
up
also
to...
like remove curse, you know.
Yeah.
The remove curse spell.
Yeah.
It's a very low level spell. Was it like
It's 3rd
4th
level.
3rd level.
But only 2, maybe 3 classes get it.
I mean, a number of classes get it. I believe. I know clerics do, warlocks do. I think paladins do, but taking them a while to actually be able to cast it, of course. I think wizards do. I'd have to double check that. I know sorcerers don't because sorcerers don't get anything.
I mean, they get the... they get that weird meta magic.
Yep. So, do you guys want to head out this evening, or are you waiting till Malsari is less exhausted?
Well, once we have the headbands, I'm gonna pass them out, and then we should catch Nightmare up on the plans and see if she has any thoughts or arguments
After
to make
waiting
against it.
another hour.
Huh?
After waiting another hour.
Yes, that's assumed. Plop the thing
And
on
at
the
this
horse's
point, might as well just stay the night.
So you wait the hour. Oh. And you.
Testing. Is this thing on?
Hello?
Hello. This is Roland of the Underdark. Who am I speaking to?
Melisari raises an eyebrow at you. You know exactly who you're speaking to.
He smirks at her. Nightmare, can you hear us?
Yeah, but what's going on?
We
How
are
can I
now.
hear you?
We are psychically linked.
Fun.
We can now speak telepathically. We can still keep our own thoughts to ourselves, so you don't need to worry about that. You simply have to will whatever you're thinking to come to us. Right, that's how telepathy works, yeah?
Roughly.
More or less.
You choose to send the messages that you want others to hear it in their mind? Yes. Aurelian? Aurelian, is yours working?
I'm going to assume it is.
You've attuned it, then yes.
Where?
Ooh, it's any creature attuned to any circlet, presumably.
Yes, but presumably we are the
yeah.
only ones with these items.
Well, yes, presumably. It'll be interesting to find out if there are more randomly.
If someone else modified a Githyanki item to do exactly this, yes, that would be incredibly interesting. True.
Extended use of any of the item's features may cause additional effects. I wonder if those effects will be beneficial or problematic.
I'm certain it would be both.
And if unattuning would fix it, or reset it, rather.
Well,
I'm going to cast Jump on myself. Or no, I'm going to cast Mage Hand.
Say.
It's a safer one.
Pew! I do not know why she is gone, but I'm sure she'll be back. Gravity works that way. Alright, so, as long as you keep this circlet on your head, Nightmare, you'll be able to communicate with us while we are in range. Range is pretty long, but it is possible to get outside of it, so to be careful of that. Also, given that it has a given range, I assume this means it does not cross over planar barriers, so if you go into the ethereal without us, we would not be able to communicate while you are there.
We could test that right now.
It's true, we could, but alright.
I will state that I have third eye open for looking into ethereal.
Anyway. You can test that now if you wish. Mostly I wanted to get established that we have this ability now, so you can communicate with us anytime you have a question or a concern. We will be communicating rather freely with you as well. But also, we wanted to let you know that we discussed what we will be doing for the next couple of days at least. Miss Melisari wishes to spend the night here to get some rest before heading to a nearby ruin in search of a item of magical persuasion, so that we can be back here in time to speak with Eric when he wakes up. That is what we know at the moment. We have other plans that are for the future.
Melisari looks at you, says Miss Melisari wishes to stay. Do you wish to not?
I am concerned that if we wait the night, then Eric will wake up while we are still gone, and may decide not to be here when we return.
It's possible, though if I was recovering from that much exhaustion, I might not wish to set out right away. I would expect the same to be true for him.
I am concerned about this prophecy, as you are, but if it is a risk you feel is worth taking, then I shall not question you on it.
still getting fed, right?
What?
Yes, 1 cow per week. 1 cow per week.
Yeah, I don't care what we're doing.
No, sorry, shrugs.
You received a bit of Giralan. Did you not? I thought you gave us some, yes?
I did. It's not exactly a meal.
Yes, but 1 cow per week. She ate more like 2 cows the other day.
I'm not saying that she needs to be fed right now. I don't think she's saying that she needs to be fed right now.
I never know what is being said with this, nightmare.
Well, you do now.
I feel still confused.
About what?
About this food arrangement. I thought I understood it, but they keep breaking up this food. As far as I can tell, we have been meeting our end of this deal, and yet this insinuation that we are not.
No, I'm not insinuating that you're not. Just want to make sure that's going to continue.
We have this agreement that as long as you are with us, we will make sure you are fed, and that is intended to be kept in place.
Enough for me.
Then we rest. We paid for beds to be set up in the tavern there. Are you still comfortable in this bond?
It's not exactly going to be a comfortable spot for me, but this will do.
Is there somewhere else that we could have them set up for you to be comfortable?
Not really.
Or these. We do have a range of 1,000 feet.
How much?
It would be nice to stay close, but if you wanted to find your own spot, as long as you stick to your end of the bargain, I see no issue with that. Or minimal issue with that.
See what I can find.
I'm also kind of looking to the others to make sure no one else is offering objections.
Yes, as long as none of this place ends up on fire and no people get injured or eaten, this is fine. You may do as you wish.
It does seem as though the gnomes here are hesitantly accepting of this arrangement, so I feel there's not necessarily harm.
Indeed.
Yes.
I think this is fine. Let us get rested. You want it? We should be ready to go 8 hours from now, I think.
Oh yeah, the nightmare still needs 8 hours, doesn't she?
Yes.
Alright!
I claim the cot by the window. Gibbs.
Melisari will probably try to make some adjustments to this, because she doesn't really want to be packed between the two of you.
You could be on the end. Ah.
I was gonna put it actually where I am currently. There we go.
While Aurelion dances on the tables.
You've got this already on.
Here. Maybe he
Yes.
wants to dance on the tables.
Yeah, we only need 4 hours of sleep, so he can be the entertainment if he wishes to be. 4 hours of le trance.
Melisari is staring at the ceiling, fiddling with something in her pocket.
Alright, could you tell me what it is, either
I know what it
locally or
is.
by text or something? Because I don't.
A good DM can read his players' minds.
Oh goodness.
Or her players'
What?
minds.
A good player shouldn't be making their DM read their minds.
Well, good luck finding good players.
What lofty ambition.
Indeed.
And so, we rest.
Alrighty. He is able to rest successfully. Does anyone have a hard out tonight?
What?
I
No.
don't know.
Like a
It's
do we need to
anytime.
stop strictly at?
Oh,
I would. Yeah, I need to be up here early.
All right.
so we gotta stop in 20 minutes?
Yep.
Okay. Call it a hard stop and not the other thing.
Legitimate term.
I already forgot what the other thing was.
Let's keep it that way.
Other than that, I did note that it was interesting.
Legitimate
I
term.
did understand what he meant, but what?
I said it's a legitimate term.
Hard out.
Anyways,
Hard ones out. That would be uncomfortable.
so morning rolls around, and you guys can get up, start moving.
Bright and
Do
early
the
3 a.m.
circlist does the telepathic link give us any indication of like roughly where our fellow circlet wearers are?
Nope.
Okay.
You just know that they would be within 1,000 feet.
Oh god.
I mean, I suppose because you drove a couple hours after you're done trancing while you're waiting for Nightmare. Is there anything you want to do in that time?
Probably chit chat.
Journal, books.
Oh,
Not
yeah,
exactly one
elves
for
don't
idle
think
chit
it's
chat.
What was that, Aurelion?
I forgot that elves don't need to sleep.
Yeah. We just trance.
Poor elves.
Leave
I
us
think
right.
Militari's gonna close her eyes for a while though.
Narathar gets to sleep. Gets to is an interesting way to say it. Has to.
So,
Oh, I need to roll portents.
that you do.
Ooh, those are nicer rolls than previously.
Yep.
A 19 and an 8.
Yep, those are pretty good. Now, if only you had a fighter that could crit on a 19.
If only I was Kierna.
Alright, so. You guys chit-chat and do book things for a while. Morning comes around and the night seems to have gone by uneventful.
Should.
Huh?
Should have.
No, that seems to have.
That's not much better.
Well, it's not gonna give you any absolutes here, man. Maybe it did, maybe it didn't. Wake up and find out. So, are you looking to get on your way?
Once it's been about 8 hours, I'll say telepathically, "Are you awake, Nightmare?" Or I will wander outside to the last spot we saw her, I guess. God damn it, now I'm in the roof. And see if she is still there, and see for myself whether she is sleeping.
You'll see that she is where you last saw her. There are some hoof prints marking that she's had wandered off at some point, but she is sleeping lightly at the moment.
Okay, well, I'll let her sleep a little bit longer. You know, being not sure when she began her long rest.
Alright. Not too much later, and you will see Nightmare start to stir.
I totally heard you will see Matt Mercer, and I'm like, excuse me? That's
How
an
would you like to
interesting
do
twist.
this?
So as the Nightmare wakes up, she'll kind of look around and go, this thing on?
Yes.
I can hear you.
Are we supposed to be leaving, or can I go back to sleep?
We leave now.
Yes, if you are sufficiently rested to leave, then we should leave. Make some amount of haste.
She'll get up and stretch, more or less.
I probably should have suggested we contact Eskel last night, but
Oh,
oh well.
So, I have reached. Where are we going?
looks to Melisari. Says was east, I think?
West, I believe.
West. It was west.
Well, let us be on our way then. And we be on our way.
We way.
Oh, I guess we should maybe say bye to Nyx first. Tell her that we'll be back in a couple days.
Bye,
It's
Nick.
like 6 a.m.
So she's definitely up.
Then we would have told her last night. When we talked to her about the circlets, actually, we probably would have told her our plans.
Wait, would they not be up at 6?
I mean, I wouldn't be, but
Yeah, but you live in a world with clocks. This is a place where people get up with the sun. The sun's up at 5:30.
I mean, I still wouldn't get up
I'm
with
up
the
at
sun.
5:30 right now.
Anyway,
Anyhow,
I still think we probably would have told her our plans when we got the circlets.
works for me.
Anyways.
So we go to the west. Go west, young man. And lady. And other man. And horse.
Excuse me, she's a nightmare.
Well, you see, you're right.
I am.
Alright. Well, Are you guys looking to travel fast, regular, or slow?
Probably regular. I don't want to get exhausted again.
Anything is fast doesn't make you exhausted.
Okay, fast then, I guess.
Fast just makes you easier to spot.
Fast then, I guess. Unless our passive perception suggests that we do otherwise.
Well,
My
makes you
best
easier to
perception
spot and harder for you to spot other things.
Well then, I don't care. Someone else make the decision.
Let's just go regular. It's what else. It was 2 days traveling regular, right? A day out, a day back?
Yep. It's about that much of travel there. It might delay depending how long you have to be there.
Yeah. It might be worth going a little faster.
In and
seeing
out, 20 minutes adventure.
No one was concerned.
So, regular?
Fast.
Fast. Okay. Pull some stuff up.
And we will see what we fight. And then have to stop.
What you encountered might not be a fight. I do try to have.
What we encounter. And then
I do
stop.
try to have non-combat encounters, like with your friend Eric there.
Oh, Eric.
Oh, Eric. Alrighty. Can I get some, like, who's leading this particular expedition?
Not the person with shit survival.
I still feel like you know more about where we're going than the rest of us, but whatever.
I mean, I can aid, right?
That is legal, yes.
I've got decent survival.
Okay.
But
well then,
not today.
Eskel is taking the lead and Melisari is assisting.
Man, I wish Eskel was taking the lead.
Oh, Roland's taking the lead.
Alright, I get advantage, right?
Yep, from Melisari's assistance.
Good, because that was a 1.
Okay.
And that's a 10, which is 13.
It's
All
better.
right. You managed to not get lost then. Aurelion, what do you want to be doing while you're traveling?
Are we traveling at normal speed?
Fast speed.
Fast.
I mean, unless you provide a reason not to.
I'm going to try my hardest to pay attention to stuff that's going on around us.
Alright,
Because I know, like, I don't have the best perception anyway, so.
then you can roll some perception.
Ooh. That is a 20.
Alright. Then you'll be able to spot what you would guess are the ruins you're looking for a little ways out, and some creatures moving around them. I will put all that is for next time, because I don't want to start describing things and then forget as we start next week.
Fair enough.
Can't imagine.
It really hasn't happened every single time we've done that.
I would also probably be trying to make small talk with the nightmare as we travel.
She'd probably indulge you for a little bit, but just start getting annoyed after a while.
Hang on, let me insight. I got a 20 insight. I think I recognize when that starts happening and leave off.
Alright.
Well, sorry isn't exactly the most chatty anyway. She's making extra efforts with the very powerful friend in their party.
Me?
The nightmare.
Oh, that's not nice. I'm not nice. I'm very present.
Anyway.
Anyway, that's all for today. So Thomas, if you need to head out, feel free to do so.
Bedtime for me.
Good night.
Alright. Alright. I'm
Hope you
going.
guys have fun, and we'll see about starting a dungeon dive next week.
Dungeon crawl, dungeon crawl, dungeon crawl. Bye,
And finding
stream.
out about my celestial.